With this again. Gotta rotate this. There we go. It's always something. It's always something with the device. It's always something with how they look at things. So, try and get situated. Welcome everybody. Trying to get all this stuff figured out. As you can tell, these things are always have a mind of their own. Like, for some reason, when I was doing these early on, like the solo ones, they were cool being horizontal, and then they switched it up, and then now they want it to be just vertical. I'm just like, I set up this entire desk so you can see everything, and now we can't even do that. So it is what it is. Let me just get this situated over here. Welcome in, man. Welcome in. Shout out to everybody. I wore the Cowboys stuff today because they have a big game today. Let me know, before I keep talking, let me know if everything sounds good on my end. If I gotta raise the I think it sounds good. All right. We got over here. All right. All right, so what y'all want to talk about, man? I know this is the pregame of the Dallas Mavericks versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. This is potentially going to be a Jaden Hardy start today, potentially, or hopefully he gets somewhere near starter minutes to see what he could to give us as far as this game is concerned. But this is also a big-time Cowboys game, so, you know, feel free to speak about all that stuff. I definitely have a list of items I want to go over today. But before doing so, let me just kind of send the notification out that we are live and we are going. Let me go ahead and send this out. All right, message. So yeah, I got plenty of stuff for the Jaden Hardy things. Trust me. We're gonna talk a lot about Jaden Hardy today, and we'll definitely get into some of this Cowboy stuff, because if you're watching what I'm watching, they are underperforming today, man. And I know people gonna say whatever, but it really don't matter what people say. You cannot end the season playing the way we're playing right now going into the playoffs. And I'll get back to that. Monica, sounds good. Thank you. Ultra, what up? Sounds good. Appreciate that. I always worry about these things, these little technical difficulties. We are live. Let me just tweet that we live at the moment. Live. And you gotta hashtag it up, you know what I'm saying? Here we go. And I'm going to put this on Facebook as well. All right. I really wish they let me have the option of putting this horizontally. Okay. So let me see here. All right, so today the Dallas Mavericks are taking on the Oklahoma City Thunder. If you saw my Mavs in 10 video last night, I talked about basically the last 10 games, and now we're on to the next set of 10 games. Today, we're taking on a Thunder, which we're going to be without Luka Doncic. That has already came out. They've already said that Luka won't be here. Well, Luka will be there, but he won't be on the court to play today. The Oklahoma City Thunder are favored by 4 points today. So that is the difference Luka Doncic makes for your team, where if he's not going to be there, they're already deeming this as an L for us. Now, if you would have told me before the Celtics game, before the Celtics game where Jaden Hardy had like 15 in so many minutes, so few minutes, I would have been like, yeah, we're going to lose today. But after seeing what Jaden Hardy was able to give us the last two games against the Celtics and against the Pelicans, I feel a little bit better going into this game. Yes, our defense is still lacking because we're missing some of our best defenders and so on and so forth. But without looking at it today, it is a little bit different because today is literally legit the Jaden Hardy party day, right? Hardy party time. So it's going to be cool to see the rookie get a lot more minutes. Hopefully he averages the starter minutes. I would like to see Jaden Hardy get anywhere between 25 to 30 minutes tonight. I think it's going to be needed because we don't have Kemba. And if we rely on Frank and all these other players, We're just not allowing Hardy to develop probably quicker than we need him to develop, because we need him to develop pretty quick so we can start pairing him with Luka. And then, to me, I find that extremely important to be able to do that. Now, the Oklahoma City Thunder are 17-22, and the Dallas Mavericks are 23-17. As far as the standings are concerned, right now the Dallas Mavericks, we are about, if I recall, about a game out of the third seed. Yeah, we're a game out of the third seed, and we're only 3.5 games back from the first seed. And the only seeds above us is the Pelicans, the Grizzlies, and the Nuggets. And the closest team to us is about 2 games, which is the Sacramento Kings. That is pretty nuts going into the season, knowing how good the Suns potentially were going to be, the Warriors were, how great the Utah Jazz started the year, how great the Blazers started the year, and all the hype that the Los Angeles Lakers got. And then also the big trade that the Timberwolves put. You would have thought these teams would have been better than where they are now. And you look at the Mavericks who don't have all the talent, the Mavericks who don't have the best roster. They are in the thick of things to where they're the 4th seed right now at the midway point. We're talking about the midway point. We're not talking just in generalities that, or we got to start the season and be one of the best. No, we started the season as just super mediocre. We were 15-15 in the first 30 games, and now we won the 8 out of the last 10. So we're starting to find our quote unquote mojo here, and we're starting to get going. Ultra says, any chance Hardy starts? I'm glad you mentioned it. Let me get to my topics, because this is where some of my topics are. So this is my starting lineup prediction today. I haven't seen anything, so if y'all see something, let me know. But my starting prediction is Spencer Dinwiddie, Tim Hardaway Jr., Jaden Hardy, Christian Wood, and Dwight Powell. That is my prediction today as far as who's going to start for the Dallas Mavericks. And I would really like to see Jaden Hardy get a breakout game. And for me, I think a breakout game for Hardy would be anything over 22 points. That would be a breakout game for me for Hardy. But if I were to realistically predict what I think his stat line would be for Jaden Hardy today, when you look at the Thunder, they do have some good defenders. Let me not, skim over that. They do got good defenders. They got Dort over there. I think Jaden Hardy could get somewhere like a stat line. Here's my prediction. Jaden Hardy could get 17 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 steal. I think that'd be a really good stat line for Jaden Hardy. Yeah, you're not replacing Luka Doncic's production when he gives you 34, 9, and 9, but having Jaden Hardy help you out, you're gonna need Tim Hardaway to have a good game today. You're gonna need Spencer Dinwiddie to have a great game today, and you're gonna need Christian Wood to have a efficient game today. But I would like to see Jaden Hardy have a good game, 17 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. But his shooting, I would like it to stay and remain as efficient as he's been the last 2 games. Because for the season, he's about 38% from the field and 27% from 3 for the season. But for these last 2 games, he's been great. And even before that, he's had some pretty stellar, quick, a blowout game kind of stats. So I would like to see him be efficient in his role today and be able to play well, because you want to see Jaden Hardy do good, because he could be he's definitely a prospect for us, and who knows what he could bring to the table in the coming year or years. Let me see right here. All right, let me get back to these topics. So, again, I hope we see a Jaden Hardy breakout game. But let's talk about the Cowboys. All of this entire pregame show is going to be around Jaden Hardy hopefully starting and playing. Y'all can definitely shoot any comments. You're going to run this show. Whatever y'all want to send me, we're going to just talk back and forth as much as we can. I'll read the comments and I'll discuss it. We can also talk about the Cowboys. That first half debacle, whatever that was, I'll get into that in a bit. So feel free to comment whatever you want to comment. Definitely leave a like on the video, and if you like this kind of content, definitely subscribe to the channel. It's your boy TGK. So let me take a look here. Now, as far as how would I put it? As far as the Mavericks are concerned, right? Luka Doncic is out for ankle soreness. Dorian Finney-Smith is out with a hip. Josh Green is still out with an elbow. Maxi Kleber is still out with a partially torn hamstring. Three of those guys, right, besides Luka, he's obviously our super generational talent star. The three of the guys are three of our best defenders, and we've been able to win games. We've been able to win 8 out of the last 10 without those three defenders, and it goes to show that Jason Kidd has been making some leaps and bounds with utilizing his team in a more efficient and sound manner. So with that being said, I just wanted to give credit to Jason Kidd for turning it around. 1, because he kind of needed to. 2, he was forced to. But 3, the fact that he's been able to do something with the remaining roster and make it work. Starting Bullock and then not starting Bullock. Yeah, he's still giving Tim Hardaway Jr. a lot of minutes, but I think what the job that Jason Kidd has done has been pretty good these last set of 10 games. I would just say whenever the guys do come back that he continues to be as progressive as he is, like the way he was last year. Very progressive with his lineups. He wasn't as stagnant or rigid as Rick Carlisle was with his lineups, and that's what I like to see from Kidd. I like to see Kidd to be able to bring something different, to do more of a open-mindedness to the game. So shout out to Kidd for being able to kind of right the ship in a way with his lineups. What's up, A-Ram? Do you think all WNBA players are females? All of them. I mean, it is the Women's Basketball Association, so you would hope so. Unless what are we talking about? Like Joanna Man is somewhere in the WNBA. I think they all are. I think that's the requirement, but I've never thought of it. 1, 2, it's funny if you think of it. That's pretty hilarious. Ocho, who you want Cowboys to face through postseason? Through the postseason, who would be our first round matchup? I think it'd be the Bucks if the 49ers and the Eagles hold on. As you can see, we're having a Cowboys watch party as well. So we right here. We right here. Again, shoot your Cowboys questions. All right, so here's the thing about the Cowboys. I am not a homer. As you can tell, I got the gear on. I'm a big-time Cowboys fan. My channel for a couple, like 2 years, I think 2017 to 2018 or 2018 to 2019, it was strictly like Cowboys content. I would shoot Cowboys content daily. And I found myself becoming very disgruntled with just being a fan in general. I wasn't enjoying none of the games because I would point out every single thing that we needed to fix. Kind of like what I've been doing this year with the Mavs, but I enjoy Mavs basketball. It's a whole different fanfare for the Mavericks. But for the Cowboys, I think the issue that we're going to run into is that what we ran into last year is a one and done. But if I'm looking at it from a half glass full perspective, Ultra, I'm looking at it like I would love for us to finally beat Tom Brady because he's undefeated against us. So I'd like to beat the Bucks in the first round. And then whoever after that, if it's the 49ers, if it's the Eagles, whoever, I would like to beat them too. And then if there's some way that we could face the Green Bay Packers in the playoffs or vice versa to where we meet the Eagles in the NFC Championship game, I would like us to make a deep run. I will not be satisfied with just some kind of NFC Championship game. I mean, I guess if we make it and we lose, I guess it's cool. But you got to understand, I was raised with the idea that the Cowboys are pure excellence, Super Bowls or bust. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's only a Super Bowl, and that's the only thing that matters. And when you were raised that way, and whenever the quote-unquote owner of the Cowboys perpetuates that, I hold that team to that same standard. Therefore, it's Super Bowl bust for me every year with the Dallas Cowboys. And for me, I would like to see them go through all of these quote-unquote, ghost of the Cowboys past. I would like to see them go through all these guys on a miraculous run to the Super Bowl and get a Super Bowl win. That's what I would like to see. A-Ram, I don't think they check. Man, come on. Where are you coming up with this, A-Ram, that you don't think they check? Like, out of all the things that we have on here, what was the WNBA players, the thing that he came up with? That's hilarious. Let me know where this came from. Where did this come from? And if you've been watching any of my content, y'all see I do cologne reviews as well. So if y'all got any questions about that, shoot them here, man. We're here to have a good time. We're leading up to the Dallas Mavericks versus the Oklahoma City Thunder game. Again, this is potentially a Hardy party time, and hopefully Hardy has a breakout game resulting in a win, because most importantly, the Mavericks need to win today's game just to maintain their standings. And you give yourself a potential. You give yourself the potential to take that 3 seed within the next week. Like I said in the video that I shot last night and I posted last night, the Mavs in 10 Part 4, spoke about the Mavs' next 10 games. And we end up playing the Trailblazers twice. We end up playing the Clippers, the Lakers. We playing the Thunder today. We end up playing the Wizards, the Phoenix Suns. We end up playing a bunch of these teams that are not good. And I can see us going another 8-2 in this next set of 10 games. Therefore, if you go another 8-2, your team ends up being 31-19, and it looks the team is starting to look good. So hopefully, we start getting a lot of our players back during this next run of 10 games. Hey Ram, you think this is the best team Luka ever had? In the NBA, is this the best team Luka ever had? No, not yet. On paper, okay, on paper. You said it's the best team going on paper. I mean, if we kept Brunson, bro, and I'm assuming bro Ram, bro a gal, whichever one. You could clarify if you like, but I just speak in bros for some reason. But on paper, if we had Brunson, yes, if he was still on his team, this would have been the best team Luka had. All right. Bet. I ain't trying to assume, my guy. I ain't trying to assume. Because, you hit me with that WNBA question, so I was like, wait up, I got to think about this. No, I think if we had Brunson on this team right now, the way the team is currently constructed, yeah, this would have been Luka's best team, but it's not. It's still last year's playoff team that is Luka's best team that he's been on. And the thing is, this team does have the potential to be pretty good, because of how close the West is. All you need to do is get lucky in the playoffs. The Warriors gotten lucky a lot in the playoffs. All you got to do is get lucky once, and you could be in the NBA Finals. And with that being said, I always say that Luka's like the greatest equalizer. You could have 2 good players on your team, but Luka is worth 2 to 3 great players. He is the greatest equalizer. So as long as you can find players that are good enough to play with him, defend, can make a shot. If the Mavericks are making shots, they're one of the toughest teams to beat anyway, regardless in the NBA. So, yeah, in a sense, when you got Luka, you have the chance of winning. But right now, this is not the best team he's ever had. Ocho, what efficiency are you looking for Hardy tonight? All right, so glad you asked that. So for Hardy, and I'm gonna look into like another way to do these streams. I'm looking into how to manage it through a laptop, so I'm gonna get there. Well, that way I can show you these things that I'm looking at, right? So Jaden Hardy's stats, I was looking at them last night on We Talk Mavs, which I might be on there tonight. I might be on We Talk Mavs tonight. So shout out to Rel and King. I appreciate them always having me on, and again, it couldn't be said enough. I appreciate that. So we looked at his stats last night, and in 13 games. Yeah, okay. So last night, it only showed 12 games, and his shooting percentages were way worse than they looked. But they updated it. So through 13 games, he was shooting 44% from the field, 30% from 3. And, yeah, that's not bad efficiency. It's the early games that he had where he shot quite a bit and didn't make anything. But these last 2 games is pretty solid. So 44 and 30, I would like to see his field goal percentage be more because he can finish so well. He's very physical going through players into the lane. I would like for him to finish around 50 to 60% from the field and not take so many threes. Probably 2 to 3 threes, keep it at that. I think for his development is being able to drive to the basket, kick out, be not only a scorer, but also try your hand at facilitating, especially when Luka's not there. There's going to be people that's going to crash onto you because you do have talent. He is a talented player at such a young age. He's very natural at what he does. So I would like to see him have anything above 50% from the field. That'd be great. And low turnovers. I don't want to see him getting too risky out there. Just make the smart play. Do what you did against the Celtics. Do what you did against the Pelicans, and things will work out. And that's what I would like to see. I just don't want to see what his percentages were last night before the game. Because last night before the game, his percentages were like, I think it was 38% from the field and 27% from three. So that's the efficiency that I'm looking for. I want him to stay in the 50-30s. 50-30s. Where the hell did it go? There it goes. All right, A-Ram, he said, it's the most physical team he ever had. In the beginning, Hardy was still nervous because of the attention. As far as the physical team, I can see that. I can see that. Last year's team was pretty physical. If you look at the Phoenix Suns game series, all of the teams were just hold on. Yeah. Probably last year's team was the most physical. I think the most physical teams were with him was when we played the Clippers. They took liberties on him against the Clippers, but I would have to see how this team performs in the playoffs to see how physical they really are, because you really don't get to see that until playoff time. A-Ram said in the beginning Hardy was still nervous because of the attention. Yeah, I think early on in the first couple of games he was really just trying to push, make a shot. He was trying like hell to make a shot, and he was missing everything. So I think that's what hurt his percentage. But in the last couple of games, he's been at like 77% from the field and like 100% from three in one game. So, and I'm not saying that's what he's going to maintain 100%, but I think something more like 50 and 32, 54 and 34, like that'd be great for him as a rookie. Just so he doesn't get into the game of like just having poor percentages. Showing that he's able to maintain efficiency, that'd be great to see. X Factor, what's up? X Factor, Cowboys X Factor. We go way back. Cowboys X Factor remembers all the Cowboys videos I used to do. So shout out to Cowboys X Factor. What you got here? Let's go Mavs tonight against the Thunder. It was sad seeing Kemba Walker go, but Jaden Hardy is finally getting minutes. Yep, and hopefully that is the case tonight. Hopefully Jason Kidd doesn't play no stupid games, right? And he lets Jaden Hardy get some run, man. I would like to see Jaden Hardy get anywhere between 25 and 30 minutes. I think that'd be more than enough, and I think it'd be really good for him to get that experience, especially if he gets matched up with Dort or whoever. If he gets matched up with Giddey, I saw that all day. With Dort, I'll let you try one, see how you do with him. But the Thunder have a Trey Mann, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Wish they had Chet Holmgren playing because I would like to see what he's capable of. But no, the Thunder got a squad. So if he could play good against them, we'll be on the up. Cowboys X Factor. As for Cowboys, they are playing terrible, and we'll play the Bucks on Monday Night Football. Looking at the score right now. Oh no! Looking at the score right now, it is Washington 13, Cowboys 6. What is going on, bro? What is going on with the Cowboys? Hold on. Like this baffles me sometimes that the Cowboys. I had tweeted something before I got on here. Let me see if it. Let me see. Let me read to y'all what I wrote about the Cowboys, because there is a lot of we're one and done. Oh, this is just all for naught. Blah blah blah. Here it goes. So this is the tweet right here. I said, it seems like there has been a lot of apathy demonstrated by Cowboys fans at the end of the season. It seems like the majority of them just want the season to end already due to past failures. This is a bad sign for the franchise. Yes, the Cowboys will still be one of the top most valuable teams in the world, which I believe right now is currently still the most valuable team in the world. However, you're going to run into a bad place for your team whenever your entire fan base gets to that point where, like, we're going to lose anyway, so what's the point? Once you get to that place, how does Jerry fix that? I don't know, because he hasn't been able to fix this team for the last 27, 28 years. So what really are we going to be capable of doing? That's the hard part when it comes to being a Cowboys fan. Has has the Mavs PR anybody tweeted anything about our starting lineup for the Mavericks? I haven't seen anything yet, so it's all still pending. It's gonna be interesting to see if I hope Jaden Hardy gets a start. I think that'd be dope to see Jaden Hardy get his first start, get his feet wet, playing starter minutes, and being able to be a part of running that offense. That'd be great to see for Jaden Hardy. Any other Cowboys questions or Mavs questions y'all got, man? Y'all let me know. I'm going to pull up something here when it comes to the Thunder. Hold on. I wanted to talk about something else with Thunder picks. All right, so quiz, right? How many picks do the Oklahoma City Thunder have over the next couple of seasons? How many first-round picks do they have, and how many second-round picks? Y'all tell me. Yeah, I'll let y'all play the guessing game. Hold on. I'll let y'all think about it for a quick second, and then I'll hit y'all with the numbers, because this is wild. I looked this up just a while ago, and I found it pretty shocking. Hold on, let me see here. So yeah, if I'm about to give you the answer to how many picks the Oklahoma City Thunder have over the next couple of seasons. It's crazy. It's crazy. The Oklahoma City Thunder has 19 first-round picks and 19 second-round picks over the next couple of seasons. Now, how many seasons are we talking about? Because it could be 38 years, right? No. In 2023, they have the Clippers first-round pick. In 2024, they have their own pick, first-round pick. They have the Clippers first-round pick. They have the Rockets first-round pick. And they have the Jazz first-round pick in 2024. You're telling me the Oklahoma City Thunder in 2024 got 4 first-round picks from the Rockets, the Jazz, the Clippers, and their own. Man, 2025, the Thunder has either their own, the Clippers, or the Rockets, depending on which one's best they'll take. Then the Sixers and the Heat first-round pick in 2025. You want to talk about having assets and having picks and all this. When you compare it to the Mavs, we can't even offset our pick because we don't have extra picks. You know how, man, that is crazy. We don't, bro, imagine if we had the Thunder's problem. That'd be crazy. Furthermore, I'm not done yet. 2026, the Thunder have their own first-round pick, the Rockets first-round pick, and the Clippers first-round pick. The Clippers are going to be trash by 2026. The Rockets might finally be decent by then. We're still going. 2027, the Thunder have their own first-round pick. The Nuggets first-round pick in 2027. In 2028, they have their own first-round pick. In 2029, they have their own first-round pick. So the next couple of seasons, it is going to be wild being an Oklahoma City Thunder fan because you have Shai, you have Giddey, you have Chet Holmgren, you have Dort. You have 4 solid players there, right? Now, I imagine over the next couple of seasons, they're not going to use every single draft pick. They might load up all of these one picks to go get one player if they feel like they're ready to go and win it all. But it's kind of weird, but also cool to see a team playing the long game right now with allowing their team to be not play as poorly as they've been playing, but not be in contention for anything. So it's interesting to see what they're doing. But they loaded up on draft picks, man. They Gucci. What we got here? Aram, would you like D Rose on the team? I wouldn't mind D Rose on the team at all. I think that would be great. I am tired of 1, trading for Knick players. 2, what are we going to give up? And 3, I don't know what D Rose's contract is, right? And who do you want to trade for? Okay, I'm going to get to the other question. Let me see. D Rose, Derrick Rose contract. Let me see what his contract looks like right now. So he agreed to a 3-year deal. Hold on. He agreed to a 3-year deal with the Knicks. And he's 34 years old. Wow. 34 years old, bro. I remember when he was like 20, 21 getting MVPs. Bro, he's getting paid 14 and 15 mil the next 2 seasons. That's a lot for 34 to 35. And I know I want Bogdanovich here. Yeah, no. You got Jaden Hardy. I wouldn't do it unless it means that you trade. We can't trade anything back to New York because they're all former New York Knicks players. So who are we really going to trade for Derrick Rose? I think it's a little more far-fetched to be able to get him just because of the past history with the team that we have and the players that they had. Who would I want to trade for? There's been a lot of Mavs Twitter going back and forth on the Bertans for Bogdan trade, and I feel them. I understand the reluctance to want to do the deal because you have to give up a pick. I think if you could find a way to give up as many second-round picks as possible and Bertans for Bogdan, you do it. But if you were to ask me, would I do Bertans in a first for Bogdan? Yes, I would do it. If the idea is to go and have a more well-rounded, more well-balanced team going into the playoffs this year, I'd 100% do it. Because, one, if you get Bogdanovich from the Pistons, here's what happens. You could literally put Bogdanovich into the starting lineup, and you can have Spencer Dinwiddie come off the bench. And Spencer Dinwiddie against every other team's second unit, he's going to be far more efficient, more impactful. He's going to be able to give you more than what he does now. And it's not to say Spencer Dinwiddie's been playing horrible at all. No, he's been great. He's been like one of the only consistent players for us. So I would just for the whole idea of having more of a well-balanced, well-oiled rotation, I would like Bogdanovich here because he is a high-level player, and he could definitely start for the Mavericks, and it allows you to have your second ball handler coming off the bench and not having to have both of them out there at once because Bogdanovich could get his own bucket. What do we got? D Rose would bring the experience the team needs, would motivate them to give him a ring because some players grew up watching him in his MVP year. Yeah. D Rose is a great player. I would love to have him, but like I previously spoke of, the whole thing with the Knicks, I just don't know if it's gonna happen. Ultra, you said 10. I think you're talking about the Thunder picks. Yeah, bro. Nah, it's 19 first-round picks over the next couple of years. Yes, that is crazy. Aram, I don't know if I would like to be a fan of an all-rookie team, Thunder. No, and see, that's the interesting part about it. I think they're just building it up right now until they can find their quote-unquote, their Luka, their Victor Wembanyama, right, their LeBron James. I think they're trying to see who is their one player that's going to stick out, right? And I think they're hoping they get it in 2025 or 2026. And once they get that player, all of the picks that they got, you go ahead and go get the other players that you deem is going to be best suited to play with your quote-unquote star player, So it's going to be interesting to see how they do it, knowing that if, say, I was running the Thunder, I'd be extremely excited about the future because who knows what we could get, who knows what the hell we could do. But once we get that one guy, we good. Again, I appreciate all y'all watching, man. I really do. Leave that like, leave that subscribe. It means a lot to me. I really appreciate it. Ultra, all those picks aren't worth the Luka. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. But I would love to have that problem. I wish we were in a situation where we had so many extra picks after picking Luka, just to have that flexibility to be able to find the players to best pair him with instead of going after a KP when he was injured. Imagine if we kept that pick. Imagine if we utilized the players that we did have to go get someone that was more suitable to be a number 2 for Luka. Definitely, retroactively, you could always play Monday morning quarterback, but it was a miss on our end, even though I was very excited to get KP. Yes, I was. Aram, I thought Rose was getting like 2 to 4 mil. Didn't know his contract was that much. Yeah, bro. 13, 14, and 15 mil. That's a lot for 34, 35-year-old, especially on this team. We need younger players, But I would love D Rose if he could come here on the mid-level exception at some time. El Flavor. I'm going to assume that's how you want me to say your name. El Flavor. at flavor. I'll say it like that. You can correct me though. Like I said on Twitter, we should trade our whole team except Luka and Seawood and young players for the Pacers team. Yeah, I would like Turner. I would like LeVert. I think they got Buddy Hield. I would like Buddy Hield too. But I mean, damn, that's tough. That's tough. Yeah, I wouldn't want to trade Seawood, Jaden Hardy, or Josh Green for sure. So yeah, whatever it takes. I just think here's the interesting thing about it this season is that as poorly as we played, we're legit the 4th seed, right? Yeah, there's injuries here. Yeah, there's injuries there. Yeah, there's teams not playing up to par. We're dealing with injuries, and then we went on our best run. Why? Why, right? Maybe because Kid knew he had to. Maybe because Luka knew he had to. But if they have that potential, and yeah, they had to go crazy against bad teams, but imagine when they get their team back, who knows? I would like to see them make one move. I think they just need to make one move, and as long as Luka's healthy, anything is possible in the playoffs. But I would love to have Turner here. Imagine Turner and Seawood as your front court. Man, that's ridiculous. Like the kids be saying. Nate says THJ for LeVert. Yes or no? I didn't go mute. Hold on. Let me think on that one. Let me think. I'm gonna say yes right now, but let me look at Karis LeVert. Karis LeVert. What's his contract first? Because Karis LeVert's an interesting player. I just don't think he's been given enough of a role in the majority of the teams that he's been on. Because I remember in the bubble. I don't know if you remember in the bubble, but Karis LeVert, he was making a name for himself in the bubble. He was carrying the Nets in that whole situation. So he took a 3-year deal. Man, what is his current contract? I don't want to see his contract when he was with the Nets. Current. All right, so he's making 17 mil. Yeah, I mean, damn, 17 mil. 17 mil. Let's see. I mean, I like Karis LeVert. I think he could do more. He has more athleticism than Tim Hardaway Jr. does. I just need to see his splits. So for his regular season, he's shooting 40% from the field, 36% from the three. He's averaging 12.6 points per game, 3 assists, almost 1 steal, and about 5 rebounds. It's not the worst, right? It's not the worst. So let's see Tim Hardaway Jr. Look what his stats look like. But before we go to Tim Hardaway Jr., how many minutes is he averaging? All right, Karis LeVert's averaging 31 minutes a game. 31 minutes a game, averaging 36% from 3. So let's see what Tim Hardaway Jr.'s stats are looking like. Because I can tell you, I think his stats are, 11 points per game? Oh, no. Tim Hardaway is averaging 13.8 points per game, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. Let me see a better stat line. Here we go. And the Cowboys are still 13-6 they only got 6 points. So Washington's still up 13-6. The San Francisco is definitely winning their game, and the Eagles are definitely winning their game. Pretty embarrassing, to be honest. Wow. Their stats are very similar. And Tim Hardaway's playing less minutes. That's interesting. Tim Hardaway is 26. Karis LeVert, what is he? Karis LeVert is 28. 28 and giving you about the same level of production as Tim Hardaway Jr. That's interesting. Man, I know I'm having to think on that one. Now, I'll take Karis LeVert, bro. Tim Hardaway is just too hot and cold for me, man. And I haven't seen Karis LeVert too much, but what I did see in Brooklyn, he could run his own team if he needed to. I would like to see what he could do with Luka. Do you think we could get OG Anunoby? Ram, I would love to get OG Anunoby. I don't know what it's going to take. It'll probably take Christian Wood and Spencer Dinwiddie. But if that was the case, I'd do it because then you can figure it out. You can figure it out on the back end, man. You can go trade something else in first round picks to go get some size and to go get another ball handler. But OG, I think that's an ideal player for Luka to be paired with. He can attack, closeouts. I'm game. Yeah, I think we're talking about Karis LeVert for sure. Ram, seems that OG likes Luka. I mean, if you think about it, right? If you've ever played basketball or if you want to play basketball, you always want to take shots, all right? You always want to have all the shots in the game. And when you're playing with Luka, you're going to get most of the wide open shots. And so whenever I play basketball, whenever I'm open, it is like, thank the Lord, that I got a wide open shot. Because you just want to have wide open shots. You want to make your shots with the most of ease. And whenever you're getting doubled or triple teamed, it makes the game even more difficult. So if you get wide open shots, why wouldn't you want that? And when you play with Luka, you're going to get wide open shots because he's going to find you when you wide as wide open as wide could be, right? I think I was going crazy with that. All right, it's Elf Lover. Okay, you're funny. I'm a Lord of the Rings fan from way back. Okay, Elf Lover. My bad. I thought it was something like with a little Spanish, thing to it, el flavor. That's what I was thinking. My bad, but I think it works either way. Elf Lover. I like it. Nate, starters, Bullock, Wood, Powell, Hardaway, and Dinwiddie. Dang.
Another one.
I felt like I should have predicted it was going to be Bullock, but I think I should have known Jason Kidd isn't going to take that big of a leap. Let me see. Where are the Dallas Mavericks? Let me see what they said. I haven't seen anything. So, Nate, is that official or is that a prediction? Because my prediction is where Bullock is at is going to be where Hardy is at. Ultra LeVert would improve non-Luka minutes. I agree. Like I said, he definitely has more athleticism than THJ, and he could do a lot more with the rock. So I don't know why I was being hesitant, but you got to think about the team he's on. He's on a team with Garland, with Mitchell, with Mobley, with Kevin Love. So of course his numbers aren't going to be as high as they should be because they don't need him to do as much, right? They just need him to be there, help out, score when he can. So on the Mavericks, he would definitely have a bigger role. So yeah, sign me up for LeVert ASAP. Aram, who could bring toughness to the Mavs? You're looking at Luka. You're looking at dang, who could bring it? I mean, I think on the team you have a couple players. I would like to give Dorian Finney-Smith some credit that he brings toughness. I think Wood has the potential to be a toughness guy. Luka definitely does. Now, as far as like having them ride or die players that's going to get suspended for you, I don't think that's what we have. But we need a big man. We need a big man down low that's going to impose his will. That'll strike some fear into people, And I don't think we necessarily have that yet. And unless Wood could develop into an even better rim protector, there we go. You know what I'm saying? That's where it'll be a whole different game there. Aram, Nate from Cooperstein. Okay, Cooperstein said it. It's official. So if y'all ever question anything, and if Chuck Cooperstein said it, you better not ever question it. But hopefully Hardy plays so we can have a Hardy party, man. Hopefully he plays. What are the Cowboys looking like right now? Oh man, 13-60. I hope they sat everybody. Does anybody know if they sat everybody? Because there's no purpose for Dak or Zeke or Pollard or even Michael Parsons playing him. Yeah, they just got scored on again. The Commanders just scored on them. It's 19-6, pinning a field goal. Sam Howell. How you going to lose to a backup quarterback, bro? That's embarrassing. But what's new? Everybody in Washington right now looking at the Dallas Cowboys like, that's what it feels like, man. That's what it feels like.
Another one.
Tough. All right, so for the Cowboys, looks like it's going to be a dud. I should probably take this off, but nah, I was going to let it ride. But the other teams took care of business. It seems like the Eagles took care of the Giants. Looks like the 49ers going to take care of the Cardinals. And it looks like we just didn't want to play today. That's what it looked like from the start of the game. It looked like they just did not want to play today. And then Dak only had like 3 completions prior to the half. Like, that was wild before they went on that quick little touchdown run at that time. What's this? What is this, man? Blocked down. So, yeah, if y'all got any other more questions, man, y'all let me know. I'm going to get into one other little topic that I wanted to get into as far as the Mavericks are concerned. And as far as, like, Luka is concerned. Hold on, here we go. All right. So, again, if the Mavericks can win today, they'll be definitely staying in contention for that 3rd seed. Right now, the Pelicans, I think they're having some injury issues with Zion and Ingram, and they could definitely fall out of that 3rd seed quicker than you think we could or would. And I think if the Mavericks could just kind of hold on, keep winning some of these games that they should be winning, they should definitely beat the Thunder today. Not a definitely. I'm sorry. Let me take that back. They don't have Luka, but they should have a chance to beat them. And if they could come away with a win, it'd be really, really good. Let me read your comments. Ultra says, limping into the playoffs. Yeah, the Cowboys are. Dak, since returning today, 6 points. 83 passing yards for Dak today. 3rd down percentage, 17%. Jesus. Is he still playing? He's still playing.
You understand that, but today, this is not what Mike McCarthy wanted to see.
Oh, no, bro. Somebody told me, hey, as long as we're averaging 35 points, we're good. But no, this is horrible. Nah. Limping into the playoffs ain't even a word. Aram Montrez will bring some toughness, but he's not that good. He'd be cheap. He's on the Hornets right now, I believe, right? No. Where is he at? No, he's on... Where is he at? Kings? No, hold on. Let me not assume. Montrezl Harrell, where is he at? He's with the 76ers. Okay, he's with the 76ers. All right, let's look at his stats. Because ever since he left the Clippers, it's been downhill for him, unfortunately. Ever since the whole calling out Luka in the bubble, which it really didn't sit right with me, but it's basketball. It is what it is. So what has happened to him? He's averaging 12 minutes a game, shooting 57% from the field, 5 points per game, 2 rebounds. Man, that's crazy. He used to be a straight-up starter for the Clippers. It's not like I'm against having him on the Mavericks. It's just, what could we use him for, right? Is he a good pick and roll player? I don't recall him being a good pick and roll player. But his Clipper years were his best years, bro. Let me see. There we go. I'm looking for the stats. So, yeah, his Clipper years, he was good. 11 points per game, 16 points per game, 18 points per game. And then he left Charlotte last year, and now he's at 5 points per game when he was at 11. I mean, he will definitely bring toughness. He don't play in the paint. I'll give him that. I'm just not sure if he's much of a pick and roll runner, or even could create his own offense like in the mid range. Everything for him has to be immediately under the basket, from what I remember. Yeah, he wouldn't be a ride or die for Luka. Ultra, I like Gafford on Washington. Any big that could keep Wood out of foul trouble? Yes, of course. Dwight Howard. Yeah, we talk Mavs. Rel and King talk a lot about Dwight Howard being available. Like, why not just bring him here? I'm not against it. I think he could help rebound, and I know you could be like, well, what about Montrez? I just think Dwight Howard has a better ability to rebound and protect the rim as opposed to Montrez, because Montrez isn't even taller than Luka, if I remember correctly. So you definitely want a big dude up in here. You know what I'm saying? Montrez just has a lot of mouth. He does. But no, it's interesting when you think about how to. I was talking to Bibbs. I don't know if y'all listen to the Mavs Outsiders podcast. Shout out to them and shout out to Bibbs and Reese. But I was chatting with Bibbs today about building a roster around Luka and how unique building a roster around Luka is. While it can seem complicated, at the same time, it can be extremely simple. Simply by just pairing players with him that have had success with him. Players like Brunson, players like Dorian Finney-Smith, players like Josh Green, and players potentially like Jaden Hardy, players like Seawood, players like Spencer. So that kind of gives you an idea of what is doable for how you want to build a roster around Luka. You've seen some of the players you got that are capable. You've seen some of the players that have potential. So kind of just guide you. We have to guide our way of thinking like, all right, who's best to pair up with Luka? Players like Josh Green, players like Seawood, Dodo, and Spencer, right? And it's not that hard to think about, but I think the idea when I was talking to Bibbs, he wants to protect every single pick. So whenever we do get all of our picks, right, he doesn't want to trade anything for Bogdanovich. So if we were able to keep all of our picks in a year or two, we could then make that one big package to go get that one player. And my only caveat to that realm of thinking is that the Dallas Mavericks don't have the greatest track record when it comes to acquiring superstar talent. We just don't. When's the last time you could tell me that we acquired some superstar talent through our picks and through any kind of trade? And I mentioned this on We Talk Mavs last night, that one of the other closest players that we got to that with was Antoine Jameson, Antoine Walker, Caron Butler, and Brendan Haywood, Tyson Chandler. Those are trades, but it wasn't like we got a superstar, right? And I think what we're too focused on is we want to get a superstar to pair with Luka when you can just kind of homegrown these players, right? For example, your Josh Greens, your Jaden Hardys, which we'll see tonight. We'll see what Jaden Hardy could do tonight. It's going to be interesting, but I think for the most part, in the scheme of things, I would like to see players that are at either Luka's age, slightly older, slightly younger, but if they're slightly younger, that they're ahead in the game as far as wisdom is concerned. Because you want players to grow with Luka, but always be able to maintain that high level of athleticism, ability, and capability moving forward. So as complicated as it seems, it can be also simple, but it's gonna be very interesting to see how the front office moves. Those guys crack me up. I don't think there are too many tough dudes in the NBA lately. Yeah, I would say Jimmy Butler kind of gets the rap of a tough dude, but I have seen him just talk tough sometimes. But don't get me wrong, he's definitely a tough dude. Who else? Who else in the league? I would like to think Bam Adebayo is a tough guy. I would like to think that, but I haven't watched much of the Heat. I think Nikola, the Joker, is a tough guy. Even though he'll cheap shot you, you know not to mess with him, because he took out the Morris twin for like a whole. I think he's still out, right? Yeah, those are the kind of players that come to mind right now, as far as like toughness is concerned. DeMarcus Cousins, he'd be super cheap. Here's the only thing. And hold on, my bad. I skipped the comment. I didn't see the one comment. Ribs, what's up, Ribs? I want us to trade away bad contracts and stack our money up for the offseason. So we'd have to trade Bertans, Tim Hardaway Jr. And the thing is, like, if you look at our cap space, our cap space. I think we're in the luxury tax by. I think we're over the tax by 40-some million. The tough part is like where are we going to open up the cap from, right? And so I think you have to do that through trades. It's just the only way you would have been able to break even as far as the cap is concerned is doing like a Russell Westbrook trade to start the year. At this point, there's no point to do that. But as far as contracts are concerned and money and cap is concerned, we are far, far, far gone on that end. Ever since we gave Luka the contract, it's a wrap. At this point, it's going to be based on a bunch of trades, moving pieces, draft picks. That's what it's going to come down to. Just from outside looking in and just seeing the way our cap space and our money is concerned moving forward. DeMarcus Cousins, he'd be super cheap. The only thing about DeMarcus Cousins is his defense. Is he going to play defense the way Kid needs him to play defense? I don't think so. And that's where it gets tough. What's the next comment we got here? Okay. Elf Lover. Tough and can play is someone like Draymond Green. Yeah. Good. I like that choice. Aram, he got the toughness. Only concern is his legs are frail now. Yeah. If you're talking about DeMarcus Cousins, yeah, he's not only does he have frail legs, it's just frail abilities. Like I don't think he could defend like Kid wants him to. Ribs. Nico can't stand idle. Go get Levine and show Luka we're serious about winning. Ribs, ideally, realistically, who would you deal for Zach LaVine? Like, what is your, if I am a Bulls fan, put yourself in a Bulls fan shoes, you got Zach LaVine putting up 40 consecutive nights, I think. What would you want from the Dallas Mavericks, right? Try to come up with a realistic deal, and let's see if we can figure it out. Aram, I was thinking Draymond too, but the Warriors love him too much. He'd be very overpriced. He's part of their culture. Yeah, I think he's trying to get that last contract, the last big contract, and there's no point for us to give it to him unless we're going to trade. But does Draymond fit with Luka? I have to drink on that one. Does Draymond fit with Luka? Like, does that work now? I ain't gonna drink. I was drinking a lot in the first couple of pregame shows. Look how far I got. If you were here in the first couple of them, I was drinking a lot of them, and I had to slow down. It beat me up by the time the game was over. But I wouldn't mind Draymond. He can help run the offense. It's just, is it a good fit with Luka at his age? Because pretty sure he's in his 30s, like 30s. So Ribs, I haven't seen you comment again. So let me think, right? If we're gonna trade for Zach LaVine, what is Zach LaVine's contract right now? Because I hear so much talk about this, but it's just like I haven't heard any deals or anything like that. Jesus Christ, Zach LaVine's deal's out of here. Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. Zach LaVine, his base salary this year is $19.5 million, and then next year it goes to $37 million, and then $40 million, then $43, then $45. If you're gonna go get Zach LaVine, you actually have to go get him now while he's at that $19 million price tag. Why? Because if the Bulls are just willing to kind of get rid of him, you could find a way to just trade Tim Hardaway Jr. for him with several draft picks, like a first and maybe 3 2s, something like that. Are they going to be willing to take it? No, because they're going to want more. They're going to want probably a Spencer Dinwiddie. Maybe they'll want Tim Hardaway Jr. and a Jaden Hardy for first and 2 seconds. Would you do that? Would you? This is the best deal I could come up with. Would you give up Tim Hardaway Jr., a first, couple of seconds, and Jaden Hardy for Zach LaVine? Yeah, let me know. Let me know what y'all think about that. That's probably the best deal I could come up with that makes sense for both parties. So here we go. TSJ, Bertans, Finney, and Hardy. Dang! You wanted to give all those guys up for Zach LaVine. I believe Tim Hardaway Jr., Bertans, Finney contracts match up with LaVine contract. Aram, maybe we could get Gobert since the Gobert. Why am I thinking Gobert? Gobert since the Timberwolves can't do anything with him. Bro, he gets paid so much. He gets paid so much. And what's messed up is the Timberwolves, I think they traded like one of their draft picks to the Jazz, and the Jazz picked up a player that has similar stats to the way Rudy protected the rim. So the Jazz traded away Rudy and got Rudy back for $39 million less. Crazy deal that the Utah Jazz got. But I don't see him. I don't see him on the Mavs at his contract. Elf Lover says that's a crazy contract. What about his knees? That's all I hear about. Yeah. As far as Zach LaVine is concerned, he is. How old is Zach LaVine? See, I wish like ESPN would like pop up here, but they don't. All right, let me go ESPN. So Zach LaVine is 27 years old. And if we think about his injuries that he's had, so Zach LaVine had battled a knee injury, so he had an ACL tear before, but he hasn't had any knee issues since that big one that he had in Minnesota. And there's a trade catch. Yeah, no, I wouldn't be mad at the Zach LaVine. I think if you could do Tim Hardaway Jr. and Hardy and a couple picks, I think that could start a conversation. But I just don't think Zach LaVine puts us over. You get what I'm saying? I think we need to get someone else in addition to getting some size to definitely make this doable. What was the trade again? Ribs, I was thinking the same, but the Wolves gave up too much for him. They definitely did. They'll want a haul. Vanderbilt. I don't think it's Vanderbilt. It might be him, but I think it was the draft pick that they got from the Timberwolves, and they were able to get like a backup center or a starting center. And I don't know who starts for the Jazz right now, but he's averaging the same amount of blocks or more blocks than Rudy Gobert is. Like, that's crazy. Riz, OG might be a no-go. The Raptors want a whole franchise for him. I would too, bro. The Raptors, I said this in the I don't know if I ever talked about this. I probably talked about it with the We Talk Mavs after the first Raptors and Mavericks game. The Raptors just have length. You can't see my arms, right? But these guys have length, man. And they got about 3-4 of these players. They got Butcher, they got Scotty Barnes, OG Anunoby, and Siakam. Like, they have the perfect wing players to play with Luka, and we don't have none of them. Like, it's a sad sight, man. It's a sad sight. I know the Mavs game is at 6. I know the tip-off is at 6:10, so I'll try to stay on a little longer just until we get to that point. Aram, wasn't Vanderbilt a defensive player contender last year? Would you trade for him? What is Vanderbilt doing? Like, what is his stuff looking like? Vanderbilt. Jared Vanderbilt. Let's see what Jared Vanderbilt's stats look like and his contract look like. So Jared Vanderbilt is averaging 8 points per game, 8 rebounds per game, 3 assists, 1 steal, and not even a block per game. But is this the guy I was talking about? Hold on, this might be the guy. No, that ain't the guy. My bad. But yeah, Vanderbilt, I would like to have him too. He's 23, 6'8". He's as tall as Luka. He plays a power forward position. Why not? Why wouldn't you want to have a player like that on this team? It's just I think Danny Ainge is running that roster down there, I think Danny Ainge is always going to try to get the most out of his trades, and he always does. He always wins trades. So if you're going to trade with him, you got to be real careful because you could end up losing a lot more than you think you're giving up for him. You know what I'm saying? So, and I don't think Vanderbilt's contract is crazy right now. Let me see. Contract. Yeah, so he agreed to a 3-year, $13.8 million contract to stay with the Timberwolves, and then they traded him. That's tough. That's tough. But 3 years with an average salary of like almost $4.5 million per year. Almost $4.5 million per year for 3 years to keep Jared Vanderbilt. And we gave JaVale McGee. Don't even get me started. Don't even get me started. Don't even get me started, man. Don't even get me started. OG and Scotty on the Mavs would be crazy. Man, OG and Scotty on the Mavs, whole different picture. You're looking at this in a whole different way than we're looking at it if you have OG and Scotty. You have OG and Scotty, different. It's different. It's different. My dream is Lauri Markkanen, but we will never have him now. Yeah, we talked about it on We Talk Mavs last night. We were about to run off set because we could have had him for Maxi Kleber and something else. Horrible decision not pulling the trigger on that trade. Horrible decision. Well, anyway, guys, man, hey, I appreciate all y'all for being on here for an hour. I don't even know how I could do these things for an hour, but if it wasn't for your questions and for your contributions and participation in the chat, it wouldn't go this long. So I really appreciate y'all. As far as the Cowboys, there's really not much to talk about them because they've been playing like trash can juice. They've been playing bad tonight, man. There's no point to talk about them. Who knows what they end up doing? But I really appreciate y'all, man. There's another comment here. Rivs, I heard that Luka and Joker discussed teaming up, but rumors are Luka will go to Denver if the Mavs can't show him they'll do whatever it takes to win the championship. Hopefully Jokic comes here instead. I totally agree. I would like to see Joker here instead because Joker is 27? He needs to be coming over here versus Luka going over there. That's just how I look at it. But if they were paired up, man, you just never know. Thanks, Oja. Thanks, Elf Lover. No, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much. I should be on Mavs. We talk Mavs tonight, so definitely catch me there. Appreciate y'all jumping on here, man. It's been your boy TGK. We signing out. Let me hit y'all with the sheesh.